Let's go for Kennedy. Alright, so Trekkie and sci-fi fans of all ages, get ready for a journey through the final frontier. We're gonna bring some legends on stage. And so let's welcome Brent Spiner. Mr. Brent Spiner, come on stage. Mr. LeVar Burton. Denise McFadden. Mr. Geordi La Forge. And Denise Crosby. Let's hear it one more time for them. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, and thank you for that welcome.
Look at this crowd. Are y'all excited to be here? Everybody, yes, everybody. We met in the elevator. Yeah. That's usually how those interactions happen these days. In elevators or bathrooms.
You know, everybody has their ups and downs, right?
One day I was going up. So we have limited time, but we have a lot of questions. I mean, I have a lot of questions here. I'll do y'all's homework. It's amazing. But I do want to start off with one that kind of is a follow-up, I guess, from the last panel, and this one has to go. This one we need to ask. There's like 3 questions, and we got to start with this one because we got a handful. Ask this question, please, to Mr. LeVar Burton because it is a follow-up from the last panel from your
Can I have some of Brent's questions?
We need to know about microwaving your phone. And the next question after that is why did you microwave? There's like 5 questions like that, back to back. So let's just get out of the air and just move on to the next generation.
I just want to go on record as saying...
It's faster than putting it in the oven, right?
Well, an air fryer is faster these days, apparently.
I just want to go on record as saying I hate children, especially my own. That's all I'm going to say.
But she had a lot of lovely things to say about you as well, though. So she did try to burn you, but she also had a lot of emotional moments from y'all's time together. She shared, yeah, that we love.
It's a lot of light here, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a lot like, yes.
I mean, when you look at the screens, it's like we're lit up. It's like we're glowing.
Your hair is glowing, Brent. It's glowing, yeah.
And we have no wrinkles. Amazing.
So a lot of questions here, but I truly want to, start with all of y'all. This is a question for all of you. We'll go down the line. But can you talk about the first time you were introduced to Star Trek, and then when you realized you were going to be part of the Star Trek legacy and franchise with like the follow-up to the first live-action, series. We had an animated series, but y'all were the first to kind of follow suit of the first live-action series. How did that feel?
Good.
Excited?
Good.
What's the question?
The question was when you were first introduced to Star Trek, and then how it felt when you got to join Star Trek Next Gen. We can start with you.
Me?
Yes.
Oh.
Looking right.
Please ask me the question again.
First time you were introduced to Star Trek. Can you talk about that?
The first time I was introduced to Star Trek, not the Next Gen. You're talking about Star Trek. I think I smoked a really big bong and turned on the syndicated 5 o'clock television, and there was Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock doing their things. It was great to, that was a great way to watch Star Trek.
I believe it.
Trust me.
I'll ask my parents how if they did the same thing.
The first time I was introduced to Star Trek was during an audition for Star Trek. And this big guy walks out, after I finished the audition, this big guy walks out with me and he puts his hand on my shoulder and he said, you make my words sound better than they are. And I said, well, you must be the writer. And he said, I'm Gene Roddenberry. And I had no idea who that was. And he said, we're going to be seeing more of you. And I thought, well, I've heard that one before. And I thought, well, maybe I should go home and take a look at Star Trek. So I went home and I turned on, just like you did, and the first episode I ever watched was Spock's Brain.
Classic.
And I thought, oh dear. So that's my story.
I remember walking out of the little trailer from the audition, and Brent was coming up as I was going down, and I went, oh my God, Brent, like, what do you think? And we knew each other from New York. I was like, we're New York actors, theater actors. Okay, what do you think? I mean, I hadn't done TV, and like, I don't know. I don't know the show, and we were like, I don't know, and yeah, we'll see you later. And then that was my first memory there. And then I went to do a play instead of doing the show. And then I came back. They wanted me to audition again, and it was Will Wheaton, and I loved Will Wheaton. I loved him. I thought he killed in Stand By Me, and I was just like, oh, let's do a reading together. And it was really fun. It was really fun. And so yeah, that's what I remember. And I agree that I didn't really get into the first original show because I'd only seen like there was this one episode. I don't even know the name of it because I kept turning the channel.
Spock's Brain.
Probably. But then later, when I was on the cruise and we are all forced to watch all of the Star Trek episodes, right? What's interesting, cruise people, what's interesting is that I'd start to watch and I go, hey, that's actually an interesting episode. Oh, that's kind of fun. That, you know, and all the shows. So yeah, it's enforced watching, but it's actually really educational.
Enforced watching.
That's all that's on the TV is Star Trek things. There's nothing else up, at least the one
It's
I'm-
like it's
that's
like
all
that
there
thing
is.
in Clockwork Orange.
You're just, you know, I mean, you know, you're seasick, you're taking your ginger pills, you can't, and then like that episode, yeah, I remember that, or there's the nine, you know, it's fun.
That's a good story. My family watched Star Trek religiously. Just saying. We watched it all the time. I knew who Gene Roddenberry was. Great bird of the galaxy. And it's a freaking genius. So I was excited. I did a TV movie back in the day called Emergency. And Robert H. Justman was the producer, and I recognized his name from the credits because I had seen Star Trek before. And so I would ask Bob, just tell me stories about filming the original series. And when they were putting Next Gen together, I got a call from Bob. And he asked me if I was interested in coming and seeing him about the show. And I asked him, is Gene involved? I really wanted to meet Gene Roddenberry. And he said, he is. And I said, so who do I have to kill? And he said, Brent Spiner. And I thought, it's a lot, but okay. I love the show.
I thought when my agent suggested to me doing a new version of Star Trek, I thought, that'll kill my career. And I really did think that. And it did. No. But then I met Gene Roddenberry, and he said to me, "You make my words sound better than mine."
I knew I was being too kind.
Yeah, don't let Brent.
So I ended up having to sleep with him.
You too? Talk about 2 times.
Oh my gosh.
So I've been hard at work with all these questions. Thank you, Mr. Burton, for making it a little tougher. I'll be picking the good ones out that season. But this is a great question. I'm sure everyone has. This is from Meredith, but she wants to know what y'all's favorite episode is.
Y'all's favorite.
Yeah, I have to say y'all. I was texting thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Texas.
I loved y'all.
Woo!
Yeah.
I think y'all was one of our guest stars. And I think his favorite was
What was y'all's favorite?
y'all's favorite. I think was the one. I think it was Spock's brain.
I'm going to make you watch Spock's Brain.
We did a reading of it, didn't we, on the cruise? Something like that.
We did.
Was that?
Yeah.
Did I
We
do
did.
Spock's Brain on Bruce? Did I play Spock?
Did I play the brain?
Was that the one?
I don't know.
What's the one where Spock goes, pain?
Yeah, that's the
Spock's
one.
brains.
That's the one.
What's that? The
Oh,
horn.
yeah.
Yeah, what's Spock's brain?
Thank God for you guys.
You know, I have to say, after watching it, I mean, at first I was appalled.
Yeah.
Because for those of you, I mean, when you see simply curtains in the back of the set,
Yeah.
and they're all just straight on the floor, you know, all the actors are on the floor, they're not even on levels, and there's a pedestal with a goldfish bowl and a brain in it that's bubbling, you kind of go, man, these people have no money at all.
I mean, this is actually a better set than that was.
Yeah. But when I watch, so I'm watching this thing and I'm going, oh my God, this is horrible. And then I watched Bill Shatner throw himself onto the ground and writhe around. I went, you know, I have an enormous amount of respect for that actor because he is trying to make something work that should not be working right now.
I think that's true with a lot of those episodes. The actors were amazing and they were so committed to the story. So actually, once you start to get in it, it seems camp from a distance, but yeah, they did a phenomenal
No, it seems camp right up close.
What about that episode?
And we make fun of everything.
Yeah.
But really, you know, you think about it, here we are, almost 60 years later, and there are all these iterations of it that just keep coming and again and again and again, and they're just, it's like just the great, Gene Roddenberry created the greatest concept ever. It's like, I mean, you know, they're working on a show now with Holly Hunter and Paul Giamatti and
Tatiana Maslany just
that's right. I think Daniel Day-Lewis is going to be there.
He's making the shoe.
He's making the shoes for that show. Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis? Oh.
But your question was, favorite episode?
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh no, it was Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, we
Was
moved
it?
on. We moved on.
Did you like that episode?
Did we like it?
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I really enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed doing it. I mean, it was a blast. And in fact, I'd like to do it again.
We should. Yeah. I still have the hat. The golden.
Do you?
I do.
Wow, I still have, I have the bowler.
No.
I have the pipe.
You do.
No. But I think we could do another version of Sherlock and Watson
In the old age home.
/ geriatrics, right?
Geriatric homes.
Geriatric Holmes.
Yes, I think that's a great title.
That's the name of the show. Immediately takes place in it. And write this down. Geriatric Holmes.
Oh, seriously. This is a question from Colby for everyone. Wants to know who is the best poker player in real life?
Jonathan.
Yeah.
How much of y'all's money did he take?
We don't bet with them.
No,
Leave that. Yeah.
it's too good. The question we have here, there's a lot of them.
I have a question for Denise.
Yes, please go through those and help me out. There's a lot to go through.
Did you think Stargate would take off like, what is SG-1? Denise, were you on Stargate? No. No. But nonetheless, did you think it would take off?
I knew when I was watching at 5 o'clock one night that Stargate was one of the best things ever written.
Here's one you should ask yourself.
Oh, these are not from you. These are
these are from the fans of the audience.
They're from people in the audience. Where is Sean Morris? Sean,
John,
you here?
right there.
Yeah, Sean? That question sucked. Why did you think Stargate 1 would take off like it did? And why? I don't care, Sean.
Well, the question was for Denise, actually.
I thought I answered that really comprehensively.
I think
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, where were you?
Anything at 5 o'clock looks good, guys.
Yeah.
Generally.
Especially if you've been smoking.
Well, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I was, you know, a teenager.
In moderation.
I was a teenager.
Oh, you were young. Yeah.
We have more questions.
Yeah, Mr. Spiner has a question he'd like to ask himself.
Well, I don't really want to, but since you handed me the card. It says, when you played Data, were you gold everywhere?
Someone else can answer that. That's a good question.
Spiny, isn't that a question for me?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes.
He'd be in the makeup trailer taking off that makeup forever. All the makeup artists wanted to help.
Yeah. I helped.
I have a question here for John from Ember and Aaron. Who was Q's favorite captain to troll?
Oh, well, the card. Yeah, it's simple.
You do anything behind the scenes as well for anyone else, or is just on screen all the trolling?
Well, I mean, I don't know what do you mean by, I mean, I know what trolling is, but
Teasing!
I mean, the person that it was the easiest to work with, the scenes, I should say, were written so that we could kind of go full out, were between Patrick and I. The scenes that were written between Kate and I, there was a governor on those scenes because they just didn't want her to be in any way infatuated with Q, and it took a color off of our little palette. So, yeah. I'm sorry to answer something seriously.
We are too.
I have one question here for everyone. If you could swap roles with any cast member for just one episode, who would it be and why?
I love the silence.
And next question.
Next question.
I mean, we liked playing our parts.
Oh man, it's a little messy over here, unfortunately. Did the scenes with Spot the cat take a very long time, Mr. Spiner?
A very long time. I mean, like decades. No, I've said this before. Spot was a darling cat, really. Worst actor I've ever worked with.
He just.
With the exception of Dorn, probably. You know? Well, he's not here, is he? Yeah. But yeah, no, there were three of them, three cats. I didn't know them well.